Alright, so I'm doing a pork shoulder. My name is Mike. I'm just doing some basics of barbecuing, one of my first videos. So let's see how it works. Pork shoulder, I've already rinsed it, I've already dried it. I'm going to do just some regular yellow mustard just so the rub sticks. And I made my own rub, but this is just the basics of how to barbecue. So make whatever rub you like, even do store-bought, but you definitely need a dry rub. This is about a 7-pound pork shoulder. I'm getting a late start. It's already 12 o'clock. I want to eat around 6. I'm going to go a little bit hotter than normal, but there's still plenty of time to get that done. So, mustard rub. This flavor does not come through very much, if at all. I've never tasted it, but so don't be afraid to be kind of liberal and rub it around. You might see my son Jackson coming in here in just a second. Do you have clean hands, Jax?
I just washed them.
All right. Do you want to help rub the mustard on, or do you want to keep them clean and do the dry rub?
Well, they're still kind of wet, so can you do it?
Yep. So it's just a very, very thin layer of mustard. This is just so the dry rub has something to stick to. You're not looking for the flavor at all, just looking for a nice thin coating. So you can see here, it has a little bit of yellow, but there's no pools of mustard anywhere. Very thin. There is fat. Fat is good. It's going to melt into the meat, keep it tender. It's pork shoulder. There's bone in. You need to go nice and slow. Make sure you render out as much fat as possible. It makes the meat as juicy and tender as possible. So now for the dry rub. Very liberal with the dry rub.
Can I sprinkle that?
Get the stool. So in mine, I like a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat. So I have some brown sugar for my sweet. I have cayenne powder for my heat, and a mix of everything else that I like. So we're going to wash our hands, and we'll show you the grill setup and how I like to start that, and then we'll be back in a moment.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Cacao.
We'll do fat side up so it bastes the meat for the long cook that we have underway. Alright, so the temperature is about 250. Cook's been going about 3 hours, a little over. So come on up here, Jax, take a look at the meat. Not too close. I'm just going to flip it. That's it. There's what's been cooked so far. Not going to bother poking and prodding for a temperature yet. Use the welding gloves. Can you back up so you can get me in there too?
Oh, sorry. There.
You can just take this whole thing off and take a look. Everything's looking good.
Do I go up close?
Just going to give it a little shake there and go right back on. So if it's a steak, we're well overdone, but for pulled pork, brisket, you want it to be nice and tender all the way through. So at 171, we still got a long ways to go. And that right there is 183. 300 degrees inside. This thing does not need any more smoke. I want to make sure I get the last 20 degrees of temperature on it, so I'm going to take it, my handy gloves, and I'm going to wrap it in foil tightly. Alright, so I'm about to take the pork off, but I'm going to put a little bit of sauce inside the aluminum foil just to let that kind of soak in. You can see just how tender that is. I mean, this just pulls away. It's juicy. It's going to be delicious. I'm going to pour a little extra of the dry rub on there. And it's going to be salty, it's going to be sweet, it's going to be nice crusty bark on the outside. The barbecue sauce is going to bring it all together. It is going to be delicious. So this is why you cook pork for hours on end instead of just doing pork chops or something else. And I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to assume this one's going to be delicious. And just look how it just pushes apart. That's why you do it, ladies and gentlemen. You cook, and let's just look. That is exactly why you take the time. Alright guys, so I got the gloves. Watch, just watch. See how that just pushes out and shreds? Yeah. This is why you take the time. It is moist. It's delicious. You have the burnt ends.
It's best.
So you have to take your time, barbecue well, put the time in. It is worth it. Your guests will love it. Hell, you do it right, I will come over and eat at your house. Alright guys, a little bonus footage. Never be scared to grill sides too. Grill your veggies. I'm going to grill zucchini, onions, red bell peppers, some hot links because my wife does not like pulled pork, and even some potato fries, which I saw on the cooking show. So this is my first time doing the potatoes, but that's how they look, right? So I boiled them, got them soft, oil, salt, and they come in the wedges. I'm going to flip each of them one time only, pull them off, and serve them. Salt and pepper only.